Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the life of a true rock and roll legend, a man whose name is synonymous with heavy metal, wild stage antics, and an unbelievable story of survival. We're talking about the one and only Prince of Darkness, the godfather of heavy metal, Ozzy Osbourne. But this isn't just going to be a story about biting heads off bats or reality TV chaos. We are going to explore the complete picture, the groundbreaking musician who changed the face of music forever. So, grab your headphones, turn up the volume, and let us get into the crazy train that is the life of John Michael Ozzy Osbourne. It all started in Aston, a tough working-class area of Birmingham, England. On December 3, 1948, life wasn't easy. The Osbourne family was large and didn't have much money. From a young age, Ozzy struggled with school, dealing with learning disabilities like dyslexia that went undiagnosed at the time. He found his escape not in textbooks, but in music. He's often said that hearing the Beatles for the first time was a life-changing moment. It was then he decided he wanted to be a rock star. It was a dream that seemed a million miles away for a kid from Aston who left school at 15 and worked a series of manual labor jobs, including a stint in a slaughterhouse. His early life also saw him getting into trouble, leading to a short time in prison for burglary. It was a wake-up call. It was in prison that he gave himself his famous Ozzy ZY tattoos on his knuckles using a sewing needle and graphite. Upon his release, he was determined to make his rock and roll dream a reality. He placed an ad in a local music shop that read, "Ozzy Zig needs gig, has own PA." It was this simple ad that would change the course of music history. Answering that ad were guitarist Tony Iommi and drummer Bill Ward, who were looking for a singer for their band. Along with bassist Geezer Butler, they initially formed a blues band. But they soon noticed something interesting. They would pay money to see scary movies, to feel a sense of fear and excitement. So they thought, why not make scary music? They changed their name to Black Sabbath, inspired by a Boris Karloff horror film. And with that, a new genre was born. In 1970, Black Sabbath released their self-titled debut album. It was unlike anything anyone had ever heard. IMI's sludgy, down-tuned guitar riffs, Butler's dark, occult-inspired lyrics, Ward's thunderous drumming, and of course, Ozzy's haunting, unique vocals created a sound that was dark, heavy, and powerful. It was the birth of heavy metal. Albums like Paranoid, Master of Reality, and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath became the blueprint for countless bands to follow. Songs like Iron Man, War Pigs, and Paranoid are not just rock anthems, they are cultural touchstones. Ozzy's stage presence was electrifying. He was a master showman, connecting with the audience in a raw and primal way. He was the high priest of this new, dark musical church, and the fans were his devoted congregation. However, the rock and roll lifestyle of the 1970s was notoriously excessive, and Black Sabbath was no exception. The pressures of fame, constant touring, and substance abuse began to take their toll on the band, and particularly on Ozzy. His behavior became increasingly erratic, and by 1979, the creative and personal tensions were too much. The band made the difficult decision to fire their iconic frontman. For many, this would have been the end of the road, but for Ozzy Osbourne, it was a new beginning. This is where a crucial figure enters the story, Sharon Arden, the daughter of Black Sabbath's manager. Sharon believed in Ozzy's talent and took over his management. She encouraged him to start a solo career, and more than that, she became the love of his life and the rock that would anchor him for decades to come. With Sharon by his side, Ozzy assembled a new band, featuring the phenomenal young guitarist Randy Rhoads. The result was the 1980 album Blizzard of Oz. It was a massive success. The album was a masterpiece, blending Ozzy's signature vocals with Rhoads' incredible, classically inspired guitar work. Songs like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley became instant classics, proving that Ozzy was not just a product of Black Sabbath. He was a formidable artist in his own right. He had reinvented himself and was bigger than ever. His solo career in the 80s was marked by huge success and, of course, controversy. This was the era of the infamous Bat incident and the equally infamous Dove incident, which cemented his Prince of Darkness persona in the public imagination. But tragedy struck in 1982 when Randy Rhoads was killed in a plane crash. The loss was devastating for Ozzy, who lost not only a bandmate but a close friend and creative partner. Despite the immense grief, Ozzy persevered, a theme that defines his entire life. He continued to release successful albums throughout the 80s and 90s, working with a series of amazing guitarists like Jake E. Lee and Zakk Wylde. He launched Ozzfest in 1996, a touring festival that gave a platform to countless metal and hard rock bands, both new and established. Ozzfest became a hugely important institution in the metal world, helping to keep the genre alive and thriving. Then, in the early 2000s, Ozzy was introduced to a whole new generation, not through his music, but through television. The Osbournes became a surprise global phenomenon. The MTV reality show gave the world an unfiltered, hilarious, and often heartwarming look at the domestic life of the Osbourne family. It showed a different side of Ozzy, the loving, if slightly bewildered father and husband, muttering his way through the chaos of his Beverly Hills mansion. The show made him a beloved mainstream celebrity, far beyond the confines of the heavy metal world. But behind the larger-than-life persona, the music, and the reality TV fame, there's another side to Ozzy Osbourne that doesn't often make the headlines: his charity work. Over the years, Ozzy and Sharon have been quietly involved in numerous philanthropic efforts. One of the most significant causes they support is cancer research and patient care. This became incredibly personal when Sharon was diagnosed with colon cancer in 2002. Following her successful treatment, she and Ozzy became passionate advocates. They have supported organizations like the Colon Cancer Alliance and the Sharon Osbourne Colon Cancer Program at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. They've used their platform to raise awareness about the importance of early detection and have donated significant funds to support research and help patients and their families. In 2020, Ozzy himself revealed his own health battle, announcing that he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. True to form, he faced the news with honesty and courage, using his diagnosis to bring attention to the condition. This openness helps to destigmatize the disease and encourages others who are struggling. Beyond that, the Osbournes have also been involved in animal welfare. Despite the infamous bat incident, which he has repeatedly said was a complete accident, Ozzy is an animal lover. The family has rescued countless dogs and supported various animal rights organizations. They've participated in campaigns for PETA and used their influence to promote kinder treatment of animals. They have also lent their support to various disaster relief efforts and have participated in charity concerts and fundraisers for causes, ranging from AIDS research to supporting military families. For example, Ozzy performed at Live Aid in 1985 with the reunited Black Sabbath, one of the most significant charity concerts in history. In 2025, there was a lot of buzz about Ozzy's Back to the Beginning farewell concert. This wasn't just any tour. It's a final curtain call, a chance for fans to witness the Madman of rock one last time. Think about it, one final opportunity to hear Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, and Paranoid live, performed by the man who made them famous. This was more than a concert. It was a historical event for rock music. The farewell wasn't just about celebrating Ozzy's legacy. It's also about giving back. A significant portion of the proceeds from the Back to the Beginning concert were dedicated to charity. Specifically, the funds went to support music education programs for underprivileged youth and contribute to Parkinson's disease research, a cause very close to Ozzy's heart. It's an incredible gesture that shows the man behind the myth has a heart of gold, and to further cement this theory is his secret donations to sick, needy families. Behind the dark eyeliner and the crazy stage antics, there's a side to Ozzy that you probably haven't heard about. It's a story that doesn't involve biting the head off a bat, but something much more profound. So, picture this. You're a parent, and your child is sick. You're facing a mountain of medical bills, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's a stressful, terrifying situation that far too many people experience. Now, imagine you get a call or a letter saying that your entire bill has been paid off. Just like that. Wiped clean. The relief would be unimaginable, right? You'd wonder who this mysterious angel was. Well, for several families, that anonymous benefactor was none other than Ozzy Osbourne himself. That's an incredible story. For years, there have been quiet reports and confirmed stories of Ozzy anonymously covering the substantial hospital bills for children in need. He doesn't do it for the headlines or the publicity. In fact, he actively tries to keep it quiet. He just hears about a family struggling and steps in to help. No questions asked. He has a particular soft spot for children facing serious health battles. And he uses his success to lift a burden that no parent should have to carry alone. He doesn't seek a thank you or any recognition. He just does it because he can and because he cares. It really makes you see him in a whole new light, doesn't it? Beyond the Crazy Train and the rock star persona is a man with immense compassion. He's faced his own health struggles publicly, so perhaps he understands the fear and uncertainty that comes with it better than most. This isn't a one-time thing either. It's a pattern of quiet generosity that has been going on for a long time. It shows that true character isn't about the image you project to the world, but what you do when no one is watching. The Prince of Darkness might just be one of rock's most compassionate figures. What a legend. Unfortunately, Osbourne died at his home in Buckinghamshire on the morning of the 22nd of July 2025, aged 76, surrounded by his family, 17 days after the Back to the Beginning farewell concert. Moreover, what's really remarkable about Ozzy's story is his resilience. This is a man who has stared into the abyss time and time again and has always found a way to climb back out. He has battled addiction, faced immense personal tragedy, dealt with serious health issues, and navigated the insane pressures of global fame for over 5 decades. His journey is a testament to the power of music, the importance of love and family, and the strength of the human spirit. He is a true original, an icon who broke all the rules and created a legacy that will last forever. So, what's your favorite Ozzy song or Black Sabbath album? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think about this absolute legend of rock. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. We'll see you in the next one.